Welcome back, RSC. We are here for the veteran final. We're finally at the end. This is the last playoff match we have. Once again, we have Tuxedo Marx producing in the background, and I have my partner in crime, Sauce Boss. At this point, you and I kind of feel like the voice of RSC, at least for this season, because you and I have casted a bunch together. So I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out because for the first time, at least in my experience, having been in vet for a while, both the number one seeds have made it to the final. This is a rarity.
I can't tell you the last time this has ever happened. I've only been in 3 seasons. My first season was in vet. I was told all season the number one seed, don't become number one seed. You're gonna get cursed. That season, number one's all gone. And it's finally happened. Both the number one seeds. Who could have seen this one coming?
Definitely not me, because like I said, like you just said, the number one seed has been cursed for the longest time. I remember one of the first seasons I was in, the number one seed immediately got first rounded. But now that we're here, both number one seeds, we have Gouda Gangsters and Sons of Ares. Also, for those of you in the chat, yes, we do have the GM of Gouda Gangsters here. We're hoping he doesn't flip the script on us. We at least want to see maybe a game 7. That'd be great. But he's trying to pull some witchcraft in the background here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the team stats at least. Not the team stats, excuse me, the player stats. We got Gouda Gangsters first. And, oh boy, tragic. 81 demos. I immediately see that. And 203 shots for 67 goals. I mean, dude's been playing out of his mind.
Tragic and Blessed, both absolute veterans of the veteran tier. Feels like they've been here forever, but they're finally making their push. They are extremely high up on the RPV list, so as long as they have another strong showing tonight, I have no doubts they'll make it to elite. 67 and 68 goals. They've played almost the entirety of the season, and they're putting the team on their back right now with a strong third man in Paz and Watts to help out as well when they need them. They've had a very strong season, just barely behind Sons of Ares, one game lower than them on the overall standings list.
One game. That is not. There's not much difference between the two of them. If there's only one game of difference between them, it just means there was a very strong season for both teams. Like you said, looking at the stats, I mean, I guess we're expecting Bless to be the primary scorer here. I mean, 35% on the season is impressive numbers. I mean, over the course of 64 games, I mean, sure, he didn't play all 64, but still, that is a very impressive shooting percentage.
Very impressive indeed, and that probably helped them out with their 3-0 win in the wild card against the Lab Rats, and they had a very close game in the quarterfinals against Giraffes. Don't quite have the final score of the semifinals, but they had a very good run, and they're trying to bring it home here tonight.
Now we're gonna go across to Sons of Ares here, and we have again a very similar story here. But Yami has played all 64 games, and looking at so somebody's gonna have to help me pronounce the name because I think it's M. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but 119 demos. That's a lot of demos over the course of the season.
Yeah, 119. I think we can tell there might be some open nets, and we do have some clarification from Poop Soup. It is m.nkee there for him. Yeah, 119 demos. It looked like he was going for a record there. But then you also have Talent with only 48 games. He's got the second most shots, a full 10 games less than the next player, and he's pretty much on the exact same stat line as him. Talent has had a very good season as well. This whole squad has had a very good season as they actually put up the number one standing in the entire game, or the entire season actually, with a 43 and 21 record. So this is going to be a very good matchup unless something wild happens and we see like a 4-0 or a 4-1.
I mean, I'm expecting to see a lot of booms. I mean, 93 demos from Yami, 119 demos from m.nkee, and 88 demos from Talent. So I'm expecting a lot of bumps and demos at least coming out of this team. Oh boy, I do believe we have everybody in the lobby. Do you have any predictions for how this is gonna go?
I could see it going anyway, but if Gouda Gangsters don't find a way to eliminate those bumps and demos, it's gonna be Sons of Ares all night. But if they can find a way to eliminate it, it's gonna be really tough. But I might have to go with Sons of Ares on this one just because of those huge demo stats.
All right, we have everybody on the field here. We have Bless starting off the kickoff for the Gouda Gangsters. We have Talent starting it off for Sons of Ares. This is the final playoff match of the season. Gouda Gangsters are trying to start off strong here, but it immediately gets cleared away by Talent. Paz gets a shot towards the center here. Tragic, maybe trying to follow this up, gets a 50 in the corner. Anybody there? No, it gets cleared away. Paz just has to reset here, try to buy some time for his teammates. Paz takes it up. Has the air dribble, maybe looking to go downfield, has all the boost in the world, unable to get it past Talent. Bless off the corner here, maybe looking for a second touch opportunity, unable to do so. Paz being very smart, already being the last man back, and wow, this is a quick start coming out from everybody. m.nkee fakes here, Bless is able to clear the ball away, and then Tragic finally gets the touch to really clear, but Yami's able to keep this in possession.
Yeah, and I think they've been doing a fairly good job right now of avoiding those bumps and demos. Haven't really seen any demos, maybe not even any so far off the board. It's been pretty strong and very quick pace compared to the rival matchup we just watched. But I think the booms are definitely going to be a strong suit right here. They're able to follow it off the wall very well, regardless of what side you're watching. But the bumps attempts are actually causing a little bit of hiccups in the rotations. They're having to jump just to get around them, and it might be able to throw them off a little bit. But so far, we haven't seen that come to light. m.nkee looking for one up off the wall. Bless is barely able to get that one before it drops in. And very little boost out of the Gouda Gangsters side. You're going to have to look to see if they can change that up in the near future if they want to keep up offensive pressure.
Ball's on the backboard here. Can Tragic get a shot? No, it's immediately 50'd off to the side. Paz trying to win this to the middle, unable to do so. Talent's able to clear, but it only goes as far as Bless. Bless gets a shot on target, but Yami's able to move this away very easily. Bless over to, I believe that was Paz on the side there. Paz now getting another touch up to the center. Yami gets a touch, clears it away. It's immediately 50'd in the corner here. m.nkee's able to clear this away. Tragic is there, maybe looking for a teammate. Is anybody there? What a from Talent. Gouda Gangsters are absolutely on fire right now, but they just need to be able to break down this defense.
Saw another bump come out right there, barely able to save it. Tragic just managed to get there in time. And now we see Bless is going to be able to take possession here. He's going to have to dodge another bump. He actually gets connected there. Tragic trying to shoot this one on target. Yami able to save this one away. Paz looking for the top rope. It doesn't go in. Barely, just the crossbar being that fourth defender. And now we're having to reset out here back to the corner. It looks like they're able to keep possession right there. A double commit does come out, and they're going to have to save a little bit of time to keep them out. That was probably the closest we've had to a goal yet in this entire game. Paz is looking for a shot right there. Yami able to save it away, and then it's straight through the defense of the Gouda Gangsters, and it's going to roll right in, no one in the back.
Paz just unable to get the 50 that he needed. Talent just picks it up and is able to just walk it down into the net. Sons of Ares will take the late lead here. Gouda Gangsters had good pressure, but just unable to put anything in the net, and now they're on the back foot.
Sons of Ares have had such good 50-50s right there, and so far this match, we saw it right there, able to just keep it along the ground. Teammate was able to follow up. It looked like they had practiced that all season, and it's come to fruition right here.
Demo's finally starting to come out as we get a demo in the backfield here. They did trade. Bless against Talent. Talent manages to win the 50. m.nkee trying to get a touch to the middle here, unable to do so. Goes out to Yami. Yami puts it off to the sidewall here. Gets a touch off the ceiling. Leaves it for Talent. Talent to the backboard. m.nkee is there trying to drop it down. Fakes it, but unfortunately the ball does not fall into the net. And now Bless is able to clear this away. Trying to get a follow-up touch here. Gets the 50. Paz is there. Can they touch it? No. It gets 50'd away. Yami has possession, looks for a pass, looks to m.nkee in the middle. I never thought I would ever say that phrase in my life out of context. Anyway, Paz trying to make sure that this ball does not go further into the net. We have a bit of a triple commit coming out from Gouda Gangsters, and they just need to settle down. They're panicking a little bit. It's off the post here from Talent. Bless now trying to slow the play down, is immediately challenged in the corner. Oh, that's a good demo.
Find a way to keep possession here. They need to find a way to keep possession and just not bang it back. Every single bang they've had right now, it's been intercepted by Sons of Ares, and they've been doing a great job keeping it on keeping offensive pressure. But every time they've had a decent shot, it's just been saved away. Somebody's been right there. And now we're finally seeing some more offense, but nobody has any boost, and that's probably going to be a thorn in their side all night long. But the bump comes out, and Bless is able to score it and put this one 1-1 with only 7 seconds left before overtime.
I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Yami unable to get the touch, and then Bless is just able to send this in, and somebody gets a bump in the background there. I think Talent got bumped out of the net, and now we have a 1-1. 6 seconds to go now. Is anybody going to be able to send this away in regulation, or are we going to see an overtime shot coming out from Bless? It's saved away by m.nkee. Game 1 overtime. You couldn't ask for a better start, honestly.
You could not indeed. For such a historic matchup of 2-1 seeds in the veteran tier, you wouldn't want anything else to be close games and overtimes. And with how low scoring, we might be able to see something stretch into the realm of 2.5 minutes, maybe even 5. We might get some bonus Rocket League tonight.
We have Yami taking possession of the ball here. Paz manages to get the 50. It's going to fall in front of the net. Somebody just has to put it on target. There's a bump there from Paz onto Yami, but unfortunately, there's no other person there to be able to put the ball in the net. Bless has it. Tries to get the 50 off the sidewall here, but unable to do so, so Tragic takes it. Talent is there. A 50 by Tragic. It's falling into the middle. A demo on Yami by Paz. Bless has the ball. Little boost, though. Maybe looking for a pass to the center. Actually goes for the shot. Talent's able to clear this away. Paz, once again, passing to the middle. Everybody misses here. Is there going to be an opportunity? No, it gets saved away. Yami and m.nkee coming together. They're low on boost. Somebody just has to get this ball out. There's just so much pressure right now, and finally, they're able to break out.
Finally able to break out. Bless has a shot right here. Is it going to be too high? It's not. Top left corner. They're going to take the first game in the series.
That is a great team play. Tragic to Paz. Paz right to Bless. Bless upper 90, top left. You love to see it. This is what Rocket League is all about. We have 2 number 1 seeds going back and forth here. This is going to be a fantastic series.
Fantastic indeed. It felt so quick. For some reason, despite only being up 1 tier, the pace has quickened so much in this tier. Everybody plays so quickly. And the vision of both sides has been very good. We just saw the pass plays. Everybody's able to make something happen with the ball, even if they've got fairly little boost. And it just so happened that Gouda Gangsters found the play that worked out for them best, and they managed to take advantage of it.
I just want to point out, Bless has 8 shots compared to the 4 from his teammates. The man was absolutely shooting the lights out. Talent as well. 6 shots compared to just 1 shot from m.nkee. I mean, shooting percentage, not great, but I guess if you shoot in volume, eventually one of them is going to fall, unless the defense of the other side is just that good. But holy, this is going to be just an absolute shootout by the looks of things.
Could be a shootout indeed, but the defense of Sons of Ares was very strong in that game. 8 saves combined out of Talent and Yami, and then another 2 from m.nkee. They had such a strong play, and it looks like
I was gonna say they do know they could just join, right? Okay, yeah, there we go.
There they go. It looks like they were a little nervous after that first game, but they're ready to work in game number 2. Somebody's got to win tonight, and who is it going to be? Almost having a kickoff goal, having to save that one away. And now a little bit of offensive pressure here. Talent gets that one over top. Blessed able to save that one away. 2 saves right in the first 15 seconds. It's going to be a shootout tonight. Another one right there. Paz had 0 boost, had to dive for that one. And now Tragic's able to get a bang out and try to send it the other way. Wow, what a hot start for this game number 2.
3 shots immediately, 3 saves. Bless and Paz coming together just to make sure that nothing happens here. Great save from m.nkee as there's a drop down from Tragic. Ball gets sent downfield. Is anybody going to get the touch? Oh, there's a bump. Is it going to fall in? Talent absolutely snipes it down the field. There was a bump on, I believe it was Paz, either. It might have been Tragic in the background, just unable to get to the ball.
I believe it was Paz, had no boost. He wasn't able to get anywhere with the ball. Had to find you got to find some type of boost able to keep up the pressure. And a Tragic, another bump coming out. Now we're seeing the bumps out of Sons of Ares actually start to do some damage against the Gouda Gangsters, throwing them off just a little bit. They aren't able to make the plays, just getting a little too comfortable against the Sons of Ares, and they're not able to. Another one comes out right there. That could be a bit. We might be able to see some big goals come out here of Sons of Ares with these bump plays.
So it seems to me that right now, as far as the bumps are concerned, they're definitely keying on Tragic, making sure that Tragic is unable to set up his... Oh my goodness, is this going to roll in? No. Talent's able to clear this away. Tragic gets a touch here. It's going to fall right to Yami. Yami, a shot on target. Nobody home. Yami able to find the seam and puts his team up 2-0.
3 players with no boost right there. That might be something to key in on here in these next few games. If the Gouda Gangsters can't find boost, they will not be able to make any plays. The guy that went for the boost had some for a little bit. It was all out. Paz had nothing rotating back. You gotta find those boost pads. Try and keep offensive pressure, because if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to make anything happen.
Fake.
Great fake by Blest. Nearly made it go in. All by his lonesome, just not able to do anything, and then now he's got no boost. Blessed, not able to get anything on the double commit, and this one might go back over the middle. Nearly goes in. Yami's looking for a shot. 2 bumps, and again we're seeing these bumps come out left and right. They finally found their stride with that play style, and it's working out fantastic for them.
The Sons of Ares go down in game 1 and decide to absolutely turn up the heat. It's looking very similar to the way the rival series went. Sons of Ares now up 3-0, 3 minutes remaining in this game. Gouda Gangsters are looking a little awkward here as they've been getting bumps, they've been getting demoed, they are unable to make good choices because they just are unable to maintain control of the ball. m.nkee gets a great touch, it's over to Talent, it's 50 in the air by Tragic, but nobody's able to follow this up. Finally there's Paz, runs out of boost though. Gouda Gangsters are just starving for boost right now. There's just absolute boost control coming out of Sons of Ares now.
Seeing a lot of panic as well. I've seen so many double commits already out of them, cutting off each other in the rotation, and then again another boost steal out of Talent. They just aren't able to find anything, and it doesn't look like they're hitting the small pad lanes either. It's going to be really desperate if you get within 2 minutes and you're still not able to find any boost. You gotta find something. Here comes an opportunity. Bless doesn't have any boost, but he's gonna have to try and make a shot. Talent's able to get there instead. And then again, trying to work it over the middle. This is the first bit of offensive pressure we've seen out of the Gouda Gangsters, and they're finally trying to make something happen. They're just starving for boost as they're finally starting to break out here. And before Tragic actually blocks it off, trying to work it back over the middle, it does, but no one's there ready for it.
m.nkee has 12 boosts and a dream, gets immediately challenged by Bless. Yami's going to be able to slow this down, trying to keep it in the corner. There's Tragic for the shot. It's just a little wide, unable to put it on target. Paz is going to try to keep pressure on this ball here. Leaves it for Tragic. Tragic looking for a pass to the middle. Is anybody going to be able to touch this? Oh, very, very close, but Gouda Gangsters, even though they had a lot of pressure this last game, they're unable to find it now, especially mostly due to these demos here. Tragic finally managed to get by everybody here. Great placement, puts it just underneath the crossbar, and finally Gouda Gangsters are able to get on the board.
Yeah, perfect. Great job waiting for it to hit off the ground, putting an absolute laser in with 63 mile an hour there. Now you're finally back within 2 with only with a little bit over a minute left. It's not time to panic yet. You still have a chance to come back. Tragic nearly gets the ground pitch. A great bump by him. Not able to put it in. This one might be going back the other way before Paz gets back to it. Probably going to look for an air dribble across the field, back the other way. 50 comes out. Blessed able to get one. Now you've got very low boost on the defensive side and not able to work anything back in. Tragic has to try and maintain possession of the ball. Talent misses. Not a great look for him. Paz is going to look for a shot. Yami able to save it away. Talent gets 50-50'd. m.nkee might be able to take it, and he does. And now Blessed has to try and buy time for his teammates to get back. But 30 seconds left. You got to find a way to stay on offense and get a goal off soon.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to get this ball down the field, but with these bumps and demos coming out from Sons of Ares, they're just making sure they're stuck on their own half. m.nkee wasting as much time as possible, maybe trying to get a fourth goal here. The ball's going to fall towards the net. Bless is able to save it, but at this point, there's not a whole lot the Gouda Gangsters can do. They're going to lose game 2 here because, I mean, with 5 seconds to go, there's just not enough time to get anything going. Finally, final second ticking down. It falls to the ground. Sons of Ares will win game 2. And that was a strong game 2. The demos and the bumps were just coming out of everybody on the field. Gouda Gangsters were unable to maintain any type of control, and just the pressure was just a little too much.
Sons of Ares, they looked a little hesitant there in game 1, shook off the nerves, and they were right back to their old ways. Bumps, demos, everywhere. 3 open net goals. Didn't have to really work too hard for them. Just try and get a little bit of control there, and then just a little open shot, and no one's able to be back to save it, and it just works out just fantastic for them.
We were definitely expecting this type of play style from Sons of Ares. They weren't able to really get to grips with it in game 1. Like you said, they did look a little awkward, a little nervous, but it definitely seems like they've shaken off the nerves now, gotten into their play style, and Gouda Gangsters were just along for the ride here in game number 2. So we got to see if they'll make the necessary adjustments. Maybe instead of trying to pop the ball in the air so much, I mean, obviously they're going to get demoed no matter what they try here, I feel like. But at the very least, they got to try to get the ball between each other so something can develop. I mean, they just have had no pressure after the bumps and demos just started raining out.
Yeah, it was a great reaction there from Sons of Ares to come back. But now it's time for the Gouda Gangsters to come up with a plan of their own to dodge these bumps, and I think momentum is going to be a big thing for them. If they can keep their speed momentum up, it's going to help them out a lot dodging these demos. And we already see the boost steal come out. Talent's got fairly low boost. He's not going to be able to make a whole lot with it, but m.nkee able to make something, not able to put it in, just barely blocked away. And then we're back to the middle. Tragic finally getting 50s. We're seeing a little bit more of that speed come out, and just like they had in that first game, and it's working out fairly well for them so far. So we'll have to see if they can continue to keep that up and dodge more of these demos, but a double commit comes out, giving it back to the Sons of Ares.
Oh, good pass. Paz is going to try to maintain control here now. m.nkee did get a touch, but unable to continue it. These are for Yami. Pass to the middle, but nobody is there as Talent will be able to clear this away. There's Yami looking for a touch here, gets 50'd in the midfield here. Bless is just trying to get anything going, but Talent pops it up. These are for Yami. Yami looking for a touch off the sidewall, unable to do anything. There's Paz looking for a touch, unable to get it. Ball's gonna bounce off the corner there. Talent just everybody to the ball, and Sons of Ares will put in the first goal here.
He's done that, I believe, 3 times already tonight. Just beats out that third defender, cheating up just a little too closely, and it bites him in the butt just a little too early, and now all the way back on their side of the net, and gives up another early lead for the Sons of Ares. And that's the last thing you want after that last game. You don't want to be down too far, and that one nearly goes in. Talent is just sniping the ball away in the chaos. No one knows who's going to go for it. Tragic looking for a shot. Yami able to save that one away. But they got to find a way to prevent those from happening. Paz looking for one. Bless able to get a slight shot
what a
right
save.
there. Just too light of a shot. And now it's going straight back the other way. The counterattacks have been deadly for Sons of Ares tonight.
a great shot from m.nkee, but Paz is able to send it away. Talent gets a touch. Maybe should have left it for m.nkee. m.nkee had a little bit more boost. Everybody just whiffs the ball here. A little bit of a whifty action has been coined in other circles. Bless is the last one back, has to try to get a touch and does. Loses the boost challenge though, as it looked like Talent was able to clear it away for get the boost. Talent now looking for a pass to the middle. Is anybody going to be there? Actually looking for the shot, almost dumps it down. m.nkee is there for the read. Sons of Aries are taking it to Gouda Gangsters right now, trying to show who is the stronger conference.
Talent has such, well, talent in keeping up that ball control on the wall, just slightly off the wall, gets the slight flip, beats it over two, taking advantage of those double commits that Gouda Gangsters have been plagued with so far in these early games. It's been a real thorn in their side, and Yami just demos straight through, ignores the demo and the bump in the clouds, not being able to see the ball, just shoots it in anyway. And this one's starting to get out of hand, just like the last game. They gotta, if you're the Gouda Gangsters, you have got to find a way to limit these mistakes from happening. Paz wants to take his anger out on Talent.
That, oh my God, is that gonna go? Yami, please. We didn't even get a second. Can we get a second to breathe here? Bless just not getting the touch that he wanted. Yami reads it the whole entire way and puts it all the way back post, bottom left. Yami is playing out of his mind right now.
Absolutely, they're fired up right now. We've seen how well they came back in after one game in the rival series. It's going right the other way, just like we saw it. And this is actually kind of how it's been going for the entire final season. We saw, I believe, this is the, including the rivals, I think we've had 3 or 4 4-1 series in the finals. We've had Master go 4-1, Premier go 4-1, and I believe it was Prospect that also went 4-1. This has just been a crazy finals to have all 4-1s, but we're looking for Gouda Gangsters to try and find something to prevent that and get a second win on the board, but it probably won't happen here in game number 3, and they're gonna have to avoid the sweep. Tragic able to read that one off the wall. What a shot!
I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Bless was trying to get the ball to the middle, just gets pinched out. Tragic reads it, and finally Gouda Gangsters are able to at least get on the board, stop the scoring, because they have been scoreless for a long time. That is, I believe that was almost, did they even score the last game? So that was almost like, what, 9 minutes of scoreless Rocket League from them?
I think they scored at least one, probably later on in the series, but it's been an absolute dominating match for the Sons of Aries. Like, just always on the back, bump comes out from them. Talent still able from that angle to put an accurate shot on. Tragic's got no boost, and this one's probably going to be going the other way, but Paz able to make something, and they're just playing very scared that somebody's going to be there. Tragic still hitting the ball despite nobody in the area code. And Blessed, they're just banging it back and forth. They got to find a way to work the pass in between each other.
Yeah, right now, Gouda Gangsters are absolutely just banging the ball around. They're not maintaining possession whatsoever. I mean, I do understand they are a little bit worried about getting bumped whenever they send the ball out or whenever they try to control it, but that's not the type of game you want to play. They're either banging the ball away or they're turtling up. That is a great shot from Talon, a great pass from Yami. This game is just out of hand, and that'll do it for game number 3. Oh my, Sons of Aries. All right, what did y'all take tonight? Did somebody give you some Adderall? Did you guys eat your Wheaties? Like, what is happening here?
It took them only one game for whatever they took to get just like kicked in. Probably gonna have to test him for PEDs after this game. A little too dominant tonight in these first few games. Talent almost putting another one in. He's had a fantastic match, and now you're up 2-1 in the series. Riding that momentum in is going. You got to ride that momentum in these next 2 games if you want to keep up what you've got, and they kept it pretty well, still dominant throughout the entire match, didn't really slow down at all. Just one little mistake led up one goal, and then they were right back to it, scoring another one of their own. If you're the Gouda Gangsters, you gotta find a way to maintain possession, and probably the best course of action, stop banging the ball every single time, is probably going to be high on their list of ideas to try. We saw a lot of them just jumping for the ball when nobody was nearby, and just probably communicate a little bit more, and they might be able to find a little more passing options to their teammates and open up those shooting lanes.
I just want to point out, Sons of Ares had 13 shots this game to Gouda Gangsters 5. That is an insane amount of shots being put on net, and that's what happens when you're just getting bumped, getting demoed. You have no boost. Gouda Gangsters have got to figure out a way to be able to stem this, stem the bleeding, stem the flow just a little bit, because if this is about to get really out of hand, they need to win this game if they want to stay in it, because otherwise they're going to be on triple match point, and we're going to have a very similar story to what we just had in the rival final.
Yeah, we're going to try. They want to avoid going 4-1 if they can at all. They want to try and get these games off. It's the veteran finals here, the finals matchup of the season. A stray one could go in right here. m.nkee able to get back fast enough, but no boost on either side. Tragic just has to bang it, and that's what I was kind of talking about earlier, trying to get the offensive possession. You don't really have a shot right there. Find a way to get it to your teammate. It's too tight of a shot, and Paz has a chance right here again off the crossbar, and now the counterattack's going back the other way, and this one's back to Yami. It just gets a dunk right there from Blessed, but you're not able to follow it up. A double commit again. Those have been absolutely harming them all night.
Yeah, they've just been they're panicking for sure. They're double committing on almost every single ball here. There's another double commit there. Paz has the boost, has to get a touch, is able to get it away from Talent, but there's just nothing going on here from Gouda Gangsters. They seem to all be out of boost at one point or another. Tragic finally gets this downfield. Paz is going to put this on the backboard, but where was Bless? Bless just wasn't there. Bless had no boost. Tragic has to come in now, but this ball is just going to get cleared away. Paz actually gets it to the backboard, but again, Blessed has no boost, so he's not going to commit.
Those pad lines on the rotation out either, so he's still left with nothing. Even if you hit those pad lines, the small pad lines, you should have at the very minimum 24 boost. And with 24 boost, you can make anything happen, as Tragic with very low boost still makes an accurate shot. And now they finally have a lead. And I think this is their first lead since game one, and a great shot at that to make it 1-0 here in the first game, or in the game number 4.
The first game, sir. We're already 4 games in.
Man,
Tragic had a...
been going so fast, I think we're having a new series.
Yeah, at this point. No, Tragic had 12, as we say, 12 boosts in a dream there. Gets absolutely bumped there by m.nkee, and then returns the favor to Talent, and now Gouda Gangsters are finally starting to figure something out. Paz, that's a great shot, and an even better bump from Tragic to get Talent out of the way.
Great idea to use what little, or in this case, 0 boost to make a play, and expecting them to go out of the play right there. Instead, Tragic just says, I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine, and it gives them a bump of their own, and it's finally opened up some plays. So we're going to see the 2-0 lead, and with half the game about to pass right now, we might see a pass come out, just not able to get it. Tragic working back from the top, and another bump comes out. We're finally seeing a little bit of change here from the Gouda Gangsters. It's been working so well for them so far, and now Talent has actually low boost here if you're one side, and that one nearly goes in. Yami just able to read that it goes off the top, and another one off the crossbar. The pressure has been building very well for Gouda Gangsters so far in game number 4.
Tragic's going to be able to put this to the sidewall. Paz was maybe looking for the touch, but decides against it. A demo by Yami. The ball's going to fall into the net finally. Talent is able to break through. Great demo from Yami here to open up the backboard.
I wish they kept track of demos for stats because I swear somebody's going to have an extermination here soon. But it's still got half the game left if you want to see one of them. Or actually, Yami has already 2 demos, and you would have expected m.nkee to have maybe more, but he's been letting his teammates take care of that department so far. That one nearly going off. Talent not able to make connection. Bless gonna make a shot, and gonna get blocked away. Fakes coming out on both sides. A bump comes out. Yami barely able to save that one away, and just able to keep the pressure. And a missed flip from Paz going the other way. m.nkee's trying to work a pass. Yami not able to get there. Talent get his shot getting blocked away. Yami trying to make another pass, intercepted by Bless. Tragic's gonna get able to round one.
Oh no!
Redirect almost goes in. Talent able to save that one away. Bless light touch, and now Yami's trying to make it go the other way. Third man not able to, or just barely able to save it away. And now 0 boost for him. Tragic able to pass that one. Tragic almost owned goals. Chaos in just a minute.
Oh, wow, there's just Sons of Ares are now starting to turn it up just a little bit more. They've been getting the bumps that they want. They're starting to cut off all these passing lanes that seem to have opened up. Tragic manages to get the ball away from Talent, but m.nkee was able to get there in time. Bless and Paz both double commit here. Dangerous things going on here. Tragic nearly avoiding the bump here. A shot coming out from Yami, but Tragic's able to get back to the ball. Tragic now looking for a bump, decides to continue with the ball, gets a pinch. Unable to do much with it. Paz over to Tragic, maybe trying to drop it to Tragic. Tragic to the middle. Is anybody gonna get there for it? No. Yami's able to clear it away, but now the ball's back into Sons of Ares half, and finally, Talent is maybe gonna try to clear this out, but Bless says, I'm having none of that. Yami's able to take control, gets it past one, gets the flip, trying to get a double tap here, unable to do so. Bless is able to clear this. m.nkee's the last one back with plenty of boost, needs to just get by all the defenders, and does with a pinch. Can Tragic touch it? Yes, finally clears it away. It's gonna bounce hard. Bless is able to get a touch. Time winding down. All they need to do is get the ball onto the ground if they want to avoid the overtime. Tragic looking for a touch. Is it gonna fall down? It does. m.nkee misses the touch. Gouda Gangsters finally stem the flow, and they will take game number 4.
What an action-packed last 2 minutes. I feel like we didn't stop talking at all during that entire stretch. Just goals or shots coming out left and right, incredible saves. That was probably one of the tightest matches, and now we're going to a 2-2 series. This series has delivered in every way.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to point out once again, if we look at the stat line, once again, very similar to the rival series, everybody's very even on points. Like, why are we getting these series? This is fantastic to see the teams just being so evenly matched like this, especially with, again, 2 #1 seeds. And they're only split by a game, so obviously you expect these games to be close, but Gouda Gangsters finally made the necessary adjustments to be able to avoid the bumps and the demos from Sons of Ares, and they were even starting to get some bumps and demos of their own. So, oh boy, what other adjustments can possibly be made here? This is just going to be a great series overall. I'm hyped for how this is going to end. Are we going to see a Game 7? That'd be a nice way to end, playoffs for the season, but somehow I doubt it.
Both teams played so strong in that last match. You can't really say either side did anything wrong. I did love the change-ups for Gouda Gangsters. They finally started bringing in some demos and bumps, and it worked out great. It got them 2 goals. And then I think the only other thing they can really change is work out those double commits. That's been the bane of their problems so far. But if you're the Sons of Ares, I really wouldn't worry. You still played so strong. You showed a good comeback. Gouda Gangsters just locked it down on defense. But there's not really too much. You still have you still got to win 2 games. But it's such a tight matchup that you don't really have to do a whole lot different, as that one nearly goes in.
Now that shot's gonna haunt m.nkee because it was a wide open net, unable to put it away. Paz is gonna send this downfield, maybe looking for a bump. Tragic gets Yami instead. Talent is up, manages to beat Paz to the ball. Bless is the last one back. Has to try to clear this away. It manages to avoid the bump, but there's Talent with a shot. Great save by Paz, and Bless gets demoed. as m.nkee is trying to take him out of the play. And now we just got to see if Gouda Gangsters is going to be able to sustain defense from this absolute pressure raining out. Tragic gets a demo on m.nkee. Yami has the ball, trying to pinch it off the wall and does. Maybe looking for another touch and misses it. Bless just has to drop this down, maybe leave it for a teammate, try to grab some boost. Finally able to rotate back, drops it to Yami, who's just gonna bang this back in. Bless able to stop the ball, and Tragic just trying to do anything here. They gotta try to figure out a way to stop this defense. They've been doing pretty good so far, but the Sons of Ares are just making sure that they are rotating perfectly. A great shot from Tragic, but an even better save from m.nkee.
Yeah, that was an impressive read right there, cutting the rotation, knowing he was the only one that was going to be able to get there. And we've seen both sides have some type of offense so far. They're making use of every bit of boost they have, and they're still finding ways to get it. Another hard shot by Bless, just sending it down. I think they've just had no boost this whole game. Every time you look, it's like somebody's got 0 boost on the Gangster side, but they're still making it work somehow, and they're gonna have to continue to make it work as Tragic has no boost and he's jumping for the ball. You gotta find a way to make something work, and they're doing it fairly well right now. They're still on the defensive most of this game, but they're able to just work it a little bit to keep the defense out. They're able to make these clears. At this one, it's gonna be another open net for Talent. The bumps are coming back out for Ares, and that has been the bane of their existence so far.
Paz was just caught a little too far up. m.nkee recognizes that, bumps him out of the way. Nobody else was back. It's a wide open net for Talent. Talent's gonna sink this away, give this team the late lead here. 2:20 to go. And Gouda Gangsters are once again on the back foot. They have to at least get a goal to try to respond here. It's going to go over everybody. Paz unable to finish it. Yami's able to clear the ball away. Gouda Gangsters are going to want that goal back.
Paz rotated all the way back, and it works out well for him. Nobody challenged. m.nkee's already up on the top on the ceiling. Bless having to take this one all the way back, but it's not going to be the touch he wants. It's going to roll back, and it's going to be a 50-50. Tragic able to save it away. Paz not able to get his touch, and then Tragic jumping again was 0 boost, and they're just ignoring these big pads. If it continues like this, they won't be able to do anything with the ball, and it's going to fall dangerous. Back to Yami, and that one is finally going to come back to bite him. Yami finally gets another goal up here, and they're going to have some insurance here late in game number 5.
Tragic just did not get the touch he wanted. It just unfortunately went back instead of forward, and then Paz was rushing back, kind of Tony Hawks it off the quarter panel there of the crossbar. Excuse me, it's stuttering over my words. Pass from Paz over to Tragic. Great passing play right up into the top bins, and they're putting themselves back into this game.
Tragic's had a very good showing right here. Very hard shots, and he's getting these accurate ones too. Late in the game, you finally tied it back up, work these bumps in, and you'll get even more open nets, less defenders in the way as they have been most of the night, getting so many saves. Yami's already on the ceiling, and he's gonna have to make a Tragic not able to get the 50 in time before taken away. Bumps could come out, 50 not able right there. And now Tragic has a little bit of offensive possession right there. He's going to have the 50 Talent. Yami able to clear it back away, and it's a little bit of ping pong action right now.
Bless just needs to get this by anybody, but unable to do so. The ball's going to stay in their half for now. Tragic trying to beat, I believe that was m.nkee to the ball, manages to. Paz has a touch. Tragic is there, maybe looking for a pass to the center. Nobody's there, so Yami's going to clear this easy. It looks like the entire Gouda Gangster side is out of boost. A pass down to Paz. It's unfortunate. It bounces up and out. That is a terrible opportunity that happened there. They needed that shot. They have to score quickly here.
Yeah, shot opportunity almost came out again. Tragic just rotating a little too far sometimes, I believe, and it's throwing off the rotations a little bit, and he's able to get the boost pads. Maybe Bless will be there, but so far they haven't linked up. And again, pinched out all the way back to their net. 5 seconds left. Gotta keep this one up in the air. Great link up with Paz. but m.nkee is all the way up and puts it straight down, not risking that one getting out of hand, and now they're on match point. If you're Gouda Gangsters, you need a strong start to game number 6 if you want to keep this one alive and take it to game 7.
Oh, so we're gonna see Neo Tokyo. Sons of Ares, you've been playing absolutely phenomenal. The bumps and the demos have just been doing absolute work to Gouda Gangsters. And Gouda Gangsters, you need to stem the you need to stop double committing. That's the biggest thing. You guys have double committed quite a bit on the ball. If you would just relax, take a breath, and maybe just try to take control of the ball at least sometimes, this wouldn't nearly be happening as much. I mean, Sons of Ares have just had shot on shot on shot towards your net, and a lot of it is either running out of boost or just double committing on the ball. At this point, I guess you don't really want to send the house because you're on, obviously Sons of Ares are on match point, so you need to still have some semblance of defense, but they also can't turtle up too much, and that definitely seems to be what it seems like they're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they've turtled up entirely. They're still breaking out for a little bit of offense. They're just not able to keep up the pressure because they're not hitting these boost pads. And then we saw the deep rotations all the way to the back, sometimes by Tragic, sometimes by Bless, sometimes by Paz. And then it just throws off the rotations. Nobody's able to get there for a pass, and it just throws off the rotations entirely. Double commit out of Sons of Ares, that's a rare one to see. And then Blessed has a little bit, putting back over the middle. Tragic not able to get it, and then now Paz has a little bit of offense to work with as he gets this one. Pass over to Tragic. Tragic has no boost going for half of these shots here. And if he had just a little bit, he might be able to make something happen with it. But I think that's been the story all night so far.
Yeah, Tragic has definitely been the one to take the most shots, but has been low on boost. Low on boost again, drops it to Bless. Bless is able to put it down into the net. Gouda Gangsters will take the early lead here, 40 seconds in. You just gotta hope that they can maintain at least this lead or get some more goals in so we can see a game 7. That's their only hope right now. They cannot allow Sons of Ares to get control of this game.
And the chat's already saying they want 7. This has been an exciting matchup so far, and they want more of it. And I would assume they want even more overtimes as well, because I think we do too. It's been an exciting matchup. Blessed already back up in the air. We've seen a little bit more link up right there. Double commit does come out, and then Paz tries to get a 50, and it's just banged all the way back in their side. But no boost on the Ares side. It's going to go straight back down. Blessed already up in the air. He gets another one. He gets 2 to start out this game. Game number 6 here on Neo Tokyo.
That was a great pass by there from Tragic. Doesn't get credit for it. Bless gets the great read off the ceiling, manages to put his team in front. Now they have a little bit of insurance. If they could get one more here, I think they would feel a little bit better. But this is not the way to start it. You do not want Sons of Ares to have possession directly off the kickoff. They just need to make sure that they keep Sons of Ares from either bumping them or getting quick shots on. Bless is able to clear this away. Paz over to Tragic. Tragic back to Paz. Paz trying to put a shot on. It's off the backboard. Yami and m.nkee kind of double commit here. Bless has a touch, reads it off the ceiling, gets it onto the backboard. Paz, another shot down low. Is anybody going to be able to finish this? Oh my goodness, Bless the fake makes Yami and Talent both backflip. Oh my goodness.
Hit the brakes, and it was over for the defense. They both had 0 boost. They had to dive for it, knowing he might be able to get there. Both cross harmlessly in front of the ball, and then it's an easy goal there for Blessed. Great heads-up play for him. And now you've got some very good insurance and a great way to start out this game 6. And you got to be able to ride this one into game number 7, because you know Sons of Ares is going to be extremely nervous after going down in game 6, and then they need to be able to, it all comes down to a best of 1 essentially on Champions Field if they have to get there.
Now we have Bless low on boost, manages to get the corner, gets it by Talent. Looking for another touch here. Talent looking for a demo so m.nkee can take possession of the ball. Yami ends up demoing Bless. The Tragic is there and manages to get the clear. Yami to the sidewall, maybe looking for a pass. Is anybody there? m.nkee was, but gets beat by Tragic. Bless is there, gets it underneath the defense. Bless putting the team on his back, 4 for 5 shooting. Absolutely unreal stuff from Bless, just trying to clutch up.
An absolute swap of what happened in game number 3. That game 3, absolute domination from Aries, and here in game 6, just three games later, Gouda Gangsters have absolutely dominated Aries, and not many teams have really been able to do that against them. Just a few losses from Aries, and now they're finally able to find something that works for the Gangsters. And it hasn't been the
demo,
bumps, and that one goes in thanks to the bump, throwing off the defense just a little bit. Rotates a little too far in the backboard and gets bumped out on the attempt, and then just too far away, not able to save that one away.
Bless tried his best to try to keep that ball out of the net. Unable to do so, though. Bless trying to respond immediately, but m.nkee's having none of it. Talent and Yami are both up. Ball's gonna fall to Paz. Paz looking for a pass to the middle. Oh, somebody gonna touch this? No, Bless gets demoed in the background. It's gonna fall all the way back. Will it go in? Yes. m.nkee is able to send it downfield. This is starting to look very nervy from Gouda Gangsters, as they now lost their 4-goal lead and end up with a 2-goal lead now.
You had a 4-goal lead. You cannot be overcommitting with that much insurance. You gotta play it safe. Make sure your teammates can get back. Make sure your rotations are sound. Because if you're up, if you need to get this game win, and you can't have a collapse of two backflips. He's not gonna end up paying for it. Paz runs out of boost mid-play, and now you can't afford a late-game collapse. Bless, smart play, keeping the boost. m.nkee gonna 50 that one in. Paz gets it around Talent, and now he's gonna try and stick with it back over the middle. Blessed has a little bit of an opportunity for a play.
Good
demo comes out off the backboard. Tragic's up, but it's going back off the backboard. m.nkee's able to make the read, save it away. Paz, a little bit of an awkward touch, just hits it off the back. Gonna give the offensive pressure away. Back to the backboard. Paz not able to wrangle that one in until Blessed backs it back out. Talent not able to get that one away. Back to 50-50 and a little bit nerve-wracking. Maybe they've locked in just a little bit to prevent a collapse here in game 6.
I'd want to point out that once again, I'm starting to see the deep rotation by Gouda Gangsters. They are not making sure that they're staying in the play. They're rotating back for the big boost as much as possible. You guys need to use those boost lines. They are there for a reason. Those small pads are going to be very useful here. You can't just keep rotating that far back.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. It's still not dangerous by any means, just a little too overcommit. And then, as you mentioned, going all the way for those deep rotations, that's gonna, if they go straight back to that game plan, it's not gonna work out well for them. But 5 seconds left. We're gonna see Champions Field for the 3rd time in all of the tiers. We've already seen it in Amateur, we've seen it in Challenger, and we're definitely gonna be seeing it here in the Veteran tier to cap off all of the finals matchups.
I didn't want it any other way. Don't get me wrong, yes, it's late, but this is the only possible way to end the season off. Game 7, Champions Field. It would be even better if we potentially see an overtime, but if the amateur final is anything to go by, this could be an absolute smacking from either side, because, I mean, at this point, I have no idea who's going to take it. I mean, do you have any type of prediction here?
I mean, there's only, if we're going for a smackdown from one side, it's going to be up to the Gouda Gangsters. I think that's just how every game has really been decided, and that's just however they decide to play, that's how it's going to go. If they decide to go back to their old ways of just kind of going those deep rotations and then just cutting and double committing too much, we're going to see Sons of Aries absolutely put the beat down on Gouda Gangsters. But if we see them tighten up the rotations a little bit, stay in the play, we're going to see a beatdown on the Sons of Ares, but it could go either way. And what a historic matchup, too, with both 1 seeds and going to Game 7.
You absolutely love to see it. Welcome to Champions Field. We'll see exactly how this game gets started. m.nkee already putting a shot on target, and immediately Sons of Ares are trying to take control of this game.
If you were the Gouda Gangsters, that's the last thing you want to see off of a kickoff here in Game 7. This is the finals. This is the final match you will play this season. This is the last thing you can afford.
Not only is this the final match, you played this season, this could potentially be the final match you play with these particular teammates, because you never know how numbers is going to move you around. Immediately, another double commit. They are absolutely falling apart here in Game 7. Sons of Ares are going to try to take full advantage of this, looking for the bumps, looking for the demos. Yami's going to put this towards the backboard. Bless able to get it underneath, trying to pass this down, maybe looking for Tragic. Gets it to Tragic, but Tragic immediately gets demoed. Bless and Paz both commit here. That's not what they need. Somebody needs to just maintain communication and make sure they're calling each other off the ball when they don't need to be on it.
Yeah, the comms have been not great for the Gouda Gangsters, and whenever the play is working out for them, it seems to go their way. But as soon as things start to get a little tough, the double commits come out, and then things slow down. Paz not able to react to that one. Tragic trying to get out of the play, but using all of his boost off the ceiling. Blessed accidentally gets a flip. Tragic's shot just a little too light, and Paz able to get a shot off. Just back down to m.nkee, and this one's going to go all the way back unless Bless is able to clear it. He does. This has been very tight so far. The one goal hasn't upset them too much, but we've seen too many double commits right now. They have to lock in just a little tightly. A little more if they want to be able to get another goal off and tie up the game.
Once again, we're having a very similar problem to the last few games. They're all running out of boost. Tragic is able to do a lot with being on 0 boost, but if his teammates don't get something going, he can't do everything. m.nkee is almost able to put that into the net, but it gets pinched off the backboard, gets a bump. Bless is bumped off the ball. Yami with a shot. Is it going to go on target? It is. Sons of Ares are taking control of Game 7.
Some insurance early on, and they're not going to let their foot up off the gas right now. They want to get 3, they want to get 4, they want to feel comfortable going into the last minute of the game, but it's going to take quite a bit of effort if they want to stay there. But the kickoff didn't go their way, and we're going to have to see Blessed try to make something, but it gets 50 back onto their side. Nobody up once again, and 0 boost for all 3 players on Gouda Gangsters. You gotta find a way to keep that up, otherwise it's gonna get extremely out of hand, and that's the last thing you want is to get absolutely blown out in Game 7 finals.
Guys, please, the pads are right there. You're all driving right past them. Stop relying on the big pads. They're getting absolutely eaten up by Sons of Ares. You guys have to get something going here. Otherwise, like you said, it's going to get very out of hand very quickly. Tragic is able to beat the entire defense, finally putting Gouda Gangsters on the board. They're able to at least get one on now, but they have to get another. They have to try to send this to an overtime at least.
That's a great start, finding the open net. Tragic he's been pretty accurate so far, especially from downtown. Throwing that one all the way, and now we're back to a 1-2 lead. Nothing to be too panicked about right now, but they still need another one on the board if they want to tie it up, force overtime, or even take the lead in regular time. They still need that ever so close goal that just in their grasp, but not able to actually hold it.
Paz trying to take control from Yami, manages to get the ball downfield. Tragic is there, maybe looking for a second touch. Bless was there, but gets demoed immediately. Paz has another opportunity. Is it going to drop down? No. Yami's able to clear this away. Bless, maybe to Tragic, but it gets sent downfield. Paz actually playing a little bit smarter here. That time the deep rotation was worth it, as they were able to stop the immediate counterattack, but they need to make sure that they get something going with 1.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, Blessed has 0 boost. A great pop right there to get it over 1. Yami back over to Paz, and then now he's going to maintain possession. Actually doesn't go for it. Talent's able to clear it away. Tragic already jumping with 0 boost. You don't want to be jumping with 0 boost. You can't really do a whole lot with it, but he does manage to find Big Pad, and his teammates were able to keep possession or prevent the Sons of Ares from scoring. And now we're back the other way. It's ping-ponging around. Talent's looking for a demo. He's not going to be able to get it, but he does get some boost steals. Blessed finds the middle pad. Yami, he's not able to connect with it. Paz is looking for a shot, but still threatening here for Gouda Gangsters. Blessed gets a little awkward with the ball. Tragic trying to find something. A double commit there from Blessed. Just got to find a way to get out of the play. Tragic can't do everything. He's out of the way. Popped over him. Paz has 0 boost. Tragic's got a little bit. Looking for a double tap. Not able to connect. Blessed.
Oh, good save.
Shot away. Great idea. Paz, he has a little bit of boost. Tries to get up over top. He's not able to get it. Tragic misses the middle pad. And now we're back over to the side. 10 seconds remaining. But the offense is still good for Gouda Gangsters. Over the top.
Oh.
His shot gets blocked away. You got just 1 second. Mistake there. m.nkee keeps it up, but it doesn't harm them. Sons of Ares are going to take away the veteran championship. Congratulations.
Oh, that was definitely very stressful. We didn't see a beatdown. Games were close except for a few. Sons of Ares, congratulations. You are the veteran champions. Gouda Gangsters, you tried your best. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Sons of Ares were able to kind of bully you around quite a bit. The double commits definitely harmed you guys quite a bit. Overall, you played a fantastic series. That was a great way to end with 2 #1 seeds. And I believe Sons of Ares the solar conference.
I believe they were. Yes, they were the Solar Conference. So the Solar Conference takes another victory over the Lunar Conference.
So, with all that being said, whew, that was stressful. I'm kind of out of breath now. But that is the end of playoffs and the end of RSC season 23. It has been an absolute joy to cast as much as I have.
We did not give the
Oh,
MVP out.
I know we didn't. Give me a second. I'm trying to be nice to
my
chat
bad,
and
my
everything.
bad.
Jesus.
Thought you were gonna end the stream too early.
No, I wasn't trying to end the stream. I'm very happy to have been able to cast as much as I was this season. It's been an absolute fantastic time, and to cast with you as much as I have, it's been a pleasure. But as far as MVP for me, who do I give it to there? I don't know. I think I'd probably have to give it to. Honestly, I think I'd have to give it to m.nkee. As much as m.nkee was just all over the field, making sure that the ball was either getting downfield, getting the saves, or getting demos. m.nkee was just all over the place, and it was fantastic to see. For you, Sauce, unless you have a different opinion.
I do have a little differing, but like as you said, who do I give it to? There are all 3 of those players were on the ball so many times. Just everybody, I'm pretty sure every single player got an MVP for an individual game. Yami was, I don't think Yami had as much of an influence. He was still great getting some demos, bumps, and m.nkee as well. I think I'm going to have to give it to Talent. He was their big shooter, finding the open nets, not afraid to send it in the chaos when it was just on the line. It looked like there were 2 defenders. He just sent it anyway, and it worked out so many times for him. He was just able to read what was going on and make those open shots when they needed them. I think I'm going to have to give it to Talent here.
Well, let's put it to the chat, because I'm curious what chat has to say. Who do you guys think should have MVP? We could even put it in a poll if we have a little bit of time, but I do know it's getting late. I know people don't want to be here too long, but if chat wants Talent, we can give it to Talent, because I think both Talent and m.nkee played fantastic all game long.
Yeah, it's a little quiet right here, but I do see probably Talent. But we'll have to see what the vote says. Up to them. It was a pretty dominant game, pretty dominant from everybody so far. It was left and right, going back and forth. Gouda Gangsters finding a way to come back after being down 2 games. They finally found a way to come back, get 2 games back, send it all the way to game 7 with their backs against the wall. It was such an exciting game to cast, just like all these game 7s we've got to watch all season.
Yeah, it was a great playoffs. It was nice to see the games being so close, either going to game 7 or at the very least ending relatively quickly. I mean, we didn't have a single sweep in the finals, like at all. Nobody sweeped. We either had game 7s or game 5s, and that is definitely an interesting stat line to have for an entire season. I think that just shows the growth that RSC has definitely had over the years. Just being able to see everybody play their absolute heart out and just try to do everything they can to win. I know we do this for fun, but obviously at the end of the day, it's always nice to win.
Always nice to win. Again, still have a little bit more time on the MVP voting, but it seems like chat is leaning towards talent. So,
I think we just give it to talent then, because I mean, it seems pretty unanimous at this point. I mean, talent has 5 votes compared to 2 for Yami, and m.nkee's only got 1. So yeah, I think we're gonna just go ahead and give it to talent. Congratulations on finals MVP there. Oh boy, yes. Also, it was a long night. We actually got a game 7 at the end, which is very nice to see. Strong games from everybody that played tonight. There were a few that got away from everybody, but other than that, most of the games were very, very close. Tux, I want to thank you for being in the background there producing. If you want to say something, feel free to unmute yourself, because I know it's definitely an interesting night, and I do kind of feel for you, because that was your franchise here in the finals. They weren't able to pull it off, but you at least got to be proud with the way they played.
Looks like he's...
Yeah, you can.
Oh, hello. I'm the producer, Tuxedo Marx. Yeah, proud of the boys. Great season. Tough. I had to go pace a couple times because, tough to watch your team in any situation, even when they're winning. So, good series, good season. Love you all. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it was great having you here, setting up the stream. Thank you. And MD, has been an honor casting all these games with you this season. I don't even know how many we've casted together or just been on stream in general. Doing plenty of work this season. But with that, we're going to have to say goodnight. Again, once an honor, thank you all for being here. And I believe we'll still have Dev League finals, and then we'll also have an end of season stream with all the MVPs and all-star voting. So with that, we'll see you all then. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.